like in the middle. Good morning. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the singing of our alma mater.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, parents, guardians, grandparents, friends, and loved ones. I have the extreme pleasure this morning to represent this high school, the Central Office Administrative Team, and the Board of Education, and welcome you all to Graduation Day 2022 on this glorious morning on Gifford Field. We come together to honor a group of exceptional young people who collectively represent our deepest hopes, our strongest sense of purpose, and our highest aspirations to share a life of peace and harmony. We come to celebrate our graduates, and the morning belongs to them. But in sharing their lives, it belongs also to us. With a sense of deep respect for all they have accomplished and for all they leave us in legacy, please join me in saluting the class of 2022. Of all the forces we feel on commencement day, perhaps the greatest force of all is that of personal reflection. A time for you, the graduates, to take pause and consider the special people who walked beside you for many years through many trials, reminding you that achieving is truly a team effort. I have every confidence that each senior here this morning will find the right time to thank family and loved ones. But today will be your final opportunity to thank the teachers, counselors, coaches, advisors, and mentors in your school family who have played a central part in your Morris Hills High School journey. They are among the best professionals on earth, committed to your success story as both students and human beings. I call upon you, faculty members in attendance, to please stand, and I call upon you, the senior class, to offer them a round of applause as a final tribute to their efforts. And now, as our commencement ceremony unfolds, may it bring you all the pride and pleasure you justly deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin by introducing the new class officers of the class of 2023. Please welcome to the podium Mr. Ryan Sislin, Senior Class Vice President.
Good morning and welcome, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Torriello, administrators, faculty, family, friends, and classmates. It is my pleasure to introduce next year's class officers. Please welcome the Secretary of the Class of 2023, Aksaj Mundada, and the Vice President of the Class of 2023, Audrey Kuo. Treasurer Ben Green and President Joseph Locks are unable to attend today. I wish the new officers the best of their luck in senior year.
On behalf of the class of 2023, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates of the class of 2022 and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Offering today's invocation for the graduating class is Senior Class Treasurer, Mr. Mason Epstein.
Fellow graduates, parents, friends, teachers, administrators, and members of the Board of Education, welcome and good morning. Today is quite the milestone for us graduates, not just in our teenage years, but in life itself. It's a day we prepare to take our next step for the future and the challenges that await us in college and beyond. As we reflect back to the years that have shaped who we are today, we realize how unforgettable some of those memories are. During our time here at Morris Hills, the guidance we received from teachers, counselors, coaches, and of course our parents will never go unnoticed. Their presence and assistance will never be forgotten. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to thank everyone who has helped us get to this point for their constant support, motivation, and leadership. I wish every one of you, my friends and peers of the class of 2022, the luck, strength, and perseverance in reaching all of your goals. Take advantage of every opportunity and stay true to the incredible people you are. Best of luck to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium the young woman who has led her class this year as class president, Mrs. Madeline Kirkpatrick.
Dr. Zoller, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Torriello, and members of the administration, teachers, parents, and family members, and fellow students. I am both honored and humbled to be standing before you as a representative of the class of 2022, speaking to you today, and for this opportunity, I thank you. There is no greater moment today than this exciting graduation morning to express appreciation for all who have helped us arrive here today. Most of us would not be here today without our families. Personally, I am forever grateful for my amazing and incredibly supportive family. I have a very large village who has played an invaluable role in developing who I am today. But most importantly, I would like to thank my mom, who has shown me what it means to be strong, resilient, gracious, and humble, and has inspired me in more ways than I can ever express in words. Morris Hill's administration and staff, thank you for being the best role models, instructors, and guiding forces. Dr. Torriello, I thank you again for your unwavering commitment and dedication to us as a class and as people, as it has allowed us to grow and flourish here at Morris Hills. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the senior class advisors, because none of the amazing activities and events we had this year would have been possible without you. Now I would also like to thank teachers Mrs. Radzieski and Mrs. Caruso, both who have had a significant impact on me and taught me so much about both character and leadership throughout my high school experience. I encourage you all to remember to thank those staff members who have made a positive impression on you and helped shape you into the person that you are today after you walk across this field for the very last time. To all of my fellow classmates, whether we have been close friends since childhood or are just recently acquainted, in one way or another, I consider you all my friends, as we have all interacted and connected at one point or another. Whether we were forced into a small breakout room together during one of our infinite Zoom classes that probably resulted in awkward silence or staring at each other's foreheads, or perhaps we chatted as we walked out for what felt like our 50th fire drill in just a few short months. Or maybe it was while we excitedly waited next to one another in the cafeteria food line for our non-Wellness Wednesday French fries. Now today is a momentous day in our lives, and at these times that we want to hold on to in our minds, we automatically assign an anthem. As in today, for example, we have the graduation processional song, A Pomp and Circumstance, that represents a commencement along with the Star-Spangled Banner that signifies pride in our country. With different songs constantly playing in my head as I sat down to write this speech, there are a multitude of different lyrics that resonated with me and the varying aspects of our lives as young adults. Music is a universal language that brings comfort and relatability to people who find something with which they can connect. It's a tool that allows for people to define themselves and their culture and forge a connection across multiple demographics. Now, some of you will remember a song by the title Don't Stop Believin' by a group named Journey. Parents, you may be envisioning yourselves in front of your stereo in the early 80s or watching the series finale of The Sopranos when the screen faded back to black. As the lyrics tell us, don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling. Yes, let us never stop believing in ourselves and our future. Don't stop believing that you can accomplish anything that you set out to do. Don't stop believing that this next chapter of your lives will be filled with new opportunities and exciting changes. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be bumps along the way, because even the nicest roads have speed bumps to slow you down. There will be times where you'll be set back, be knocked down, but it's how you pick yourself back up and how you recover that exemplifies your spirit and character. As you move forward, as Journey sang, hold on to that feeling that you have today. We're graduating from high school today, which is a huge milestone in our lives. Be proud, be happy, and be confident, and continue to hold on to that feeling. There are many feelings that are going to overtake each and every one of us as we close this chapter and open up the next. Feelings of gratitude, of accomplishment, and also of confusion and of doubt. There are going to be many times in our lives when our abilities are going to be questioned and our truths be tested. And during those times, we need to rise above the noise and hold on to who we really are. As the song Rise Up by Andra Day says, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The internet and social media can be valuable tools, but they can also be a placement of judge and ridicule. We are called to action to rise above the challenges that can be placed on us because of these technologies, and to advocate for ourselves on a very public platform, all while still maintaining our character. I urge you all to rise above the challenges and keep advocating for yourself in what you think is right. Continue to be you and uphold the highest virtue of character. These lyrics tell us not to be afraid, to stand up for what you believe in while also supporting others, and to keep doing it, as Day says in the song, 1,000 times again. Rising up and believing in yourselves are certainly important, and so is determination. As Eminem said in the song, "Lose Yourself," if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Life can be hard, success even harder, because it's through a series of failures that we find our way to success. We've been given the tools to see when there is opportunity ahead of us, and what we do with it is the difference between existing and really living. Achieving greatness can be the matter of taking that shot and seizing that opportunity that might make you feel uncomfortable or nervous. This is our time to take the knowledge that we've accumulated these past 4 years while at Morris Hills and build upon it to be great. Don't stop until you get there. In closing, as Taylor Swift sang, "I'm feeling 22." As we descend the hill for the final time, know that we, the class of 22, are leaving behind a legacy of perseverance, of dedication, and of overcoming adversity. Take a look around at the people surrounding you. We will always be united in the fact that we are the Morris Hills class of 2022. Congratulations to my fellow classmates, we did it. And now it is my honor to present to Dr. Torriello a gift on the behalf of the class of 2022.
Morris Hills High School is exceedingly proud of the academic accomplishments of the class of 2022. We are especially proud to recognize 2 individuals from the class, both of whom have left their academic mark on this great high school. It is with extreme pride that I invite to the podium the senior with the 2nd highest ranking academic average in the class of 2022, headed for Georgia Tech in September. Please welcome Salutatorian, Mr. Girish Jayakumar, to deliver his address.
Good morning, family, friends, faculty, administration, and graduating class of 2022. Today marks the celebration and culmination of our academic careers at Morris Hills. Today is all about us, the seniors who have proven through years of resilience, grit, and determination that we deserve to be here, that we leave Morris Hills on a high note and feel and remain accomplished. And through the indelible friendships we created and cherished for the last 4 years, we can proudly say that every second we stepped on Morris Hills ground was worth it. But with every happy ending must come a new beginning. And for some of us, we don't necessarily know where we'll end up in the next 5 to 10 years, including myself. I say some because others will have to stay in school for the next 10 to 15 years trying to Quizlet and check their way through med school. And to that, I say, good luck. I did find a quote, though, from the office's very own Dwight Schrute that brought me a new perspective on how we perceive challenges. And it goes, "I am ready to face any challenge that is foolish enough to face me." In essence, by characterizing challenges as the challenger, we put ourselves in a position in which each challenge is met not with fear and anxiety, but rather with enthusiasm and confidence. We put ourselves in a position in which each challenge is not an obstacle, but rather an opportunity to thrive and learn. At the end of the day, it was about drive, it was about power. We put in the work, we put in the hours, and we ultimately earned our spot at Gifford Field here today. I myself have been faced with a challenge since day 1 at Morris Hills. As an out-of-district student, I was naturally apprehensive and timid, constantly going to mom and dad for advice, asking questions like, should I join this club, go to a particular event, you name it. But as most teenagers do, I soon got tired of asking my parents for help, and I began to make my own decisions. I soon realized I was surrounded by a supportive, welcoming, and motivated group of peers who would help me grow as an individual and constantly challenge me for the next 4 years. And to that end, I would ask everyone to take a moment and look around themselves. There lies an unfortunate truth that you may not see half of these people for the rest of your lives. But that's okay. If you are sad this may be your last time seeing some familiar faces, that means that they have done their job. It means the people who you have laughed with, cried with, studied with, and bonded with will have truly impacted you in a way you wouldn't have been if you had never met them. And with these wonderful people comes wonderful memories, like the time I walked into the Indian Cultural Club's Diwali party to see Mr. Burmel dancing to Hindi music in a kurta. Or the time we sang the famous 3 Special Points song in Mrs. Caruso's pre-calc class. Or the first time we listened to Mr. Bell's world-class gym warm-up. Regardless of the situation, a large part of our success comes from the countless hours our teachers put in to keeping our classrooms active, keeping us engaged, and supporting us in our pursuit of knowledge. We thank you for all the impact you have had on us for the past 4 years. Now, there is one big challenge I have yet to address, and it all started on March 13th, 2020, when we initially thought that Dr. Torriello handed out a 2-week no-school gift. Those were a long 2 weeks, weren't they? But contrary to public belief, I think the pandemic was a hidden gift, just not the way people perceive it. While I myself faced certain obstacles, such as not being able to debate, travel as much, or meet relatives in India, I discovered something much more meaningful, to value my own relationships even more. I soon began to realize that I was so engrossed with TikTok and YouTube that I forgot what talking to my mom and dad was like. When I was looking back at old photos of myself during quarantine, I still don't know how my parents put up with my foolishness, but put up with it they did. And words cannot express how grateful I am for them and to be standing here today with all of you as Salutatorian. And I hope you are equally as grateful for your parents too. What I learned from the pandemic is that I want to share with you is that there is a key difference between temporary and long-term happiness. The TikTok dances, YouTube videos, those are all temporary. Those platforms are designed to divert you from what matters through momentary, even hour-long distractions. What matters more, though, is the people in your life who you've spent hours, days, months, and years molding you into the person you are today. And that impact they have had will be ingrained in you forever. With that in mind, as you all enter a new phase, always look forward, but make sure to live in the moment. And as I said before, be ready to face any challenge. Even if you think on the surface a task might be foolish and daunting, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, whether it presents itself in the form of paramount success or just one minute yet valuable learning experience. And so, for that reason, I urge you to be daring, to take a step in the tunnel of darkness, to finally envision the great things you can achieve when tackling the unknown. If you take away one thing from my speech, I hope it is that the people who give the most will be remembered the most. I want to end on a meaningful quote by author Mary Ann Rodmacher that epitomizes the beauty of trying everything that comes your way. It goes, "Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow." Thank you very much, and once again, congratulations to the graduating class of 2022.
It is now with equal pride that I invite to the podium the senior who leads the class by earning the highest academic average among all of our graduates, assuming the rank of our 2022 Valedictorian, headed for Stanford University come September. Please welcome Valedictorian Miss Allison Fajardo to deliver her address.
Good morning, everyone, friends and family, teachers and staff, the administration, and most importantly, the Morris Hills class of 2022. I am extremely grateful to share this moment with all of you, and I hope that this is just the beginning of our incredible journeys in life. If you had told me 4 years ago that I would be living my Gabriela Montez main character moment, I really wouldn't have believed you. Despite what Chad, Troy's curly-haired best friend, said about how once we are handed our diplomas, we're actually done here, it's important to acknowledge all that our support systems who remained behind did for us. To the teachers and administrators that had to deal with the unprecedented pandemic, thank you for adapting and continuing to persevere through all the challenges. I know we're all glad the endless days of staring at our computers are behind us. I want to thank all of my friends, old and new. I am glad that you are part of the memories that form the pieces of who I am today. I mean, without them, I would have never learned that it's cat in the hat, not cat in the house. Although I will still continue to struggle with laissez-faire. Sorry, Mr. Mean, if that's still wrong. But I'm glad that I was able to help them figure out what the green lady with the torch is actually called. It's the Statue of Liberty, Sierra, or what a roof is. You guys were all a fresh of breath air, as Varsha would say. And because of that, I attribute my success to you, whether we shared a vision, a story, or a heart. To my family, thank you for standing by my side. Madeline, I may be going 3,000 miles away from home, but I will always be a phone call away. Please hug Oliver tightly for me. To my parents, I have thought about what I had to say for a while. To many, it might seem like today is the culmination of 18 years of hard work, late nights, and more. The truth is that it is not. It expands to much more than that. And this is the culmination of generations of sacrifice from my parents and theirs. They were the ones who came to America with nothing but hope in their back pockets. They were the ones who had to put their dreams on hold for a better life. So, all of this, right now, is bittersweet. I wish that my mommy could have become the lawyer who fought for women's rights, and that my papi could have become the engineer who revolutionized the tech industry. I wish my abuelos were here to see how far their ideals of perseverance and bravery have taken us. From this, I'm blessed with the privilege of being part of the generation that gets to carry on those lost dreams. I will carry them on proudly as a first-generation Hispanic American girl. I encourage you to always take pride in what's yours and in what others sacrificed for you. Still, looking into the future and being faced with all of its possibilities can be daunting at times. Yet, I know I'm not alone. Every person has their own story. Each story will be unique. However, in a person's chapters, paragraphs, or even lines, there are portions that someone will be able to relate to. Eventually, there will be someone who will hear what you have to say and respond with a me too. One way or another, we're all connected and have something to give to the world. With that, I think about the times when fear dictated my life. We often let fear drive our decisions, which is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Fear caused me to not speak up when I should have. Fear caused me to doubt my capabilities. Fear caused me to lose out on valuable parts of my life. From now on, I will refuse to let fear win again. I hope you all do too. What I want is for bravery to persevere instead. You may think that bravery is the complete absence of fear, except it really isn't. It's the willingness to embrace the scary things in life, to take a leap of faith, to not always know what your future will be like. So, don't be afraid to reach out for help, open up, and do something unexpected. You don't want to look back and be consumed by what could have been. Once again, I am proud of every single one of you, and I guess that means we're really all in this together. Because once a Scarlet Knight, always a Scarlet Knight. Thank you.
Dr. Zoller, members of the Board of Education, my dear colleagues, parents, guardians, grandparents, family members, and most importantly, those we come to honor this morning, our graduates in the class of 2022. I come to this graduation podium today with the same two profound feelings that occupy my thoughts every year as I turn the calendar from May to June and look toward another commencement. The first is a feeling of intense gratitude for the privilege of serving as your principal throughout your 4 years of high school. The second is a feeling of wonder as I begin to contemplate the message I hope to share with the graduating class. There were many days throughout your 4 years of high school when I questioned whether this morning was going to be our reality. Thankfully, we have moved far beyond those dark, disruptive 2.5 years. And today, Morris Hills High School, in stately splendor, salutes the graduates of the class of 2022. As one who is proud to serve as your principal, I cannot quite recall another graduation morning when I have felt more proud. I found my graduation message today through the example set by 6 extraordinary educators, long-standing faculty members, and now retirees who join the class of 2022, and like you, come to Gifford Field full of pride and accomplishment. In watching them these final months of school, I am reminded of the words of the great Maya Angelou. If you're going to live, leave a legacy. Make a mark on the world that can't be erased. I have watched them gain undeniable respect and appreciation for the part they have played in shaping and defining this exceptional high school, in supporting hundreds and hundreds of young people figuring out life, in sharing their scholarship, their leadership, their dedication, their commitment, their responsibility to service above self, and finishing their careers in the face of a toxic pandemic. Their legacies have inspired us all. Legacy. What is a legacy? Is it becoming considered the GOAT, winning 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots and 1 with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and holding almost every NFL passing record like Tom Brady? Is it becoming the richest man in the world and founder of SpaceX and CEO of Tesla like Elon Musk? Is it becoming one of the most famous rappers in the industry like Drake? Is it becoming one of the most influential figures on the Supreme Court and a trailblazing attorney for women's rights and being known as the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Is it becoming one of the most successful business women in the world, building an empire known as a triple threat in the entertainment world like Jennifer Lopez? I don't think so. It doesn't have to be. Legacies come in many shapes and sizes. The power of a person's life, your life, is born from the stories they leave behind, the stories you leave behind. Sometimes the stories are heard above the crowds, and sometimes they are softer, even silent. But they all count. They all matter. They are all valued. They are all recognized and appreciated. And yes, they are all part of the same puzzle we know of this morning as the Morris Hills High School graduating class of 2022. Your legacy, in my opinion, far exceeds the public success of famous athletes, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and political figures already. And it permeates every dimension of this great high school, whether as a scholar, an athlete, a musician, a club member, a student leader, or perhaps as a student who chose not to join, but to rather to quietly participate in kindness, in spirit, in goodness, and in goodwill. So my message this morning to the class of 2022 pays homage to the legacy you have already established here at Morris Hills through your actions as students and human beings. I look at you with genuine admiration for the way you have navigated these last 4 years. As students, you have lived 2.5 years of high school life in the eye of a storm. You are the COVID kids, learning remotely, wearing masks, feeling disappointments and cancellations, and knowing a whole new definition of the word limitations. Without dwelling on the negatives of these past 2.5 years, you have been the warriors who have tamed the storm by your character, your resilience, your flexibility, and in your belief that things could get better. And they did. In doing so, you have left an indelible mark on this high school and have established a legacy for what it truly means to be a Scarlet Knight. You, class of 2022, have been a true inspiration to this high school, serving as a fitting example for graduates who follow. You have earned our greatest respect and our deepest admiration for informing and enriching our world as the adults in your life. In truth, your legacy is our inspiration. It shall live on here without question. As you leave us today on this glorious morning on Gifford Field, I leave you with this challenge. It is no secret that in your 4 years of high school, you have experienced some turbulent times on a national, local, and perhaps even personal level. You have stood witness to some disruptive and highly toxic events in our history. This class has always taken a higher road, rejecting the inclination to become victims. Your belief in the human spirit has given you the opportunity to not only see a better world, but to help to create one in the years we have shared your company. In doing so, you have earned our highest respect and have already begun to write a legacy like our retirees. The great Lin-Manuel Miranda was right when he said, "Legacy, what is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see." Your legacy grows with you as you navigate life for the benefit of others. The stories you tell, create, and leave behind are the everlasting gifts. So wherever you meet this morning, this moment, whether as a proud high school graduate entering college, the military, a trade school, the workforce in the fall, keep building on all you leave behind and all you have given and on all you have accomplished and on all you have dared to dream. Dare again. Dream bigger and larger. Fortunately, we live in a time where there is so much left to do, so much to solve, to fix, to change, so much to influence with passion and know-how and competence and noble intentions. Find those new mountains to climb just as you have found them here as Scarlet Knights. Build upon the legacies you leave us today, and in the words of Lin-Manuel Miranda, continue to plant your seeds. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay close, and always remember that Morris Hills High School is your home. Thank you. It is now my great honor to turn the podium over to my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Robert Merle, Jr.
The Home and School Association of Morris Hills High School has generously donated $6,000 in scholarships for this school year to be given to students who made significant contributions of time, effort, and energy to the school community. In addition to the scholarships, this outstanding group of parents donated $2,000 for project graduation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will now read the 12 Home and School Scholarship recipients. The recipients are asked to please rise when their names are called and remain standing until all the Home and School Scholarship recipients have been called. Please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Brielle Barrow, Katie Caratora, Justin Cutchess, Mason Epstein, James Johnson, Aiden Kennedy, Thomas Lane, Daniel Peruso, Pia Piazzi, Luke Post, Akash Porakal, Abigail Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 recipients of the Home and School Association scholarships. Congratulations. I would now like to call to the podium my good friend and colleague, Assistant Principal, Mr. Gene Malvin.
The Excelsior Medallion is awarded to those students who have maintained an average of 93 or better during their high school career. These following seniors have satisfied this requirement and have been honored here today with the Medallion of Accomplishment. Excelsior Medallion winners are asked to please rise when their names are called and remain standing until all award recipients have been announced. Please hold your applause until all recipient names have been called. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Excelsior Medallion Award winners: Kimberly Anturi, Tarun Ari, Rakaya Beg, Amisha Belthor, Sloan Benoit, Kyle Alistair Burden, Joseph Brewster, Alexander Brown, Tori Champagne, Marco Chanelata, Krishan Chaudhary, Thomas Chen, Olivia Champy, Danielle Clark, Megan Clark, Ashley Connington, Caroline Cote, Isha Dandekar, Siddhant Desai, Samuel Engel, Mason Epstein, Allison Fajardo, Noah Frankel, Ryan Furman, Anvitha Godaraju, Laura Sophia Gamez, Neil Godbowl, Andrew Gomez, Jessica Gordimer, Alexandra Gordon, Rachel Grassi, Isha Gupta, Coda Gersoy, Madison Hawks, Ava Heath, Luke Houtz, Shane Hubsher, Christopher Haramila Hurtado, Girish Jayakumar, Arian Jaina, James Johnson, Akhilesh Janalagada, Ishu Kansol, Siddhant Kapoor, Mukilin Karthikeyan, Madeline Kirkpatrick, Jacob Cryer, Sarah Kudi Kondathal, Frederick Ladati, Olivia Lynn, Anshul Makwana, Ella Malatesta, Meher Mangat, Rithvik Mani, Emma Markovsky, Kylie Mastropolo, Neil Matthew, Muheen Madalapudi, Jack McMahon, Satvik Medapati, Rahul Mehta, Amelia Morris, Divyesh Murugan, Nicole Narciso, Kedar Pendalkar, Ishan Pachamia, Catherine Petrocelli, Pia Piazzi, Elias Ponce, Kinjal Pattar, Akil Ramesh, Harry Ramesh, Allison Ramsey, Zuhair Rashid, Samirth Rastogi, Ananya Rath, Samantha Rosenberg, Riley Ruane, Arnav Sharma, Hannah Shee, Sierra Simon, Driti Singaretti, Ryan Sislin, Abigail Sliker, Gina Sokolich, Mayur Srinivas, David Stoudinger, Carl Stoltz, Nishant Swamithian, Rayan Syed, Navya Terapali, Gavin Tomasco, Alex Tong, Dimitri Anmin Tran, Varun Unithan, Kayan Valensik, Varsha Varma, Mihir Vamuri, Sanjay Manikuntan, Swatvi Venkateshwaram, Elizabeth Wong, Kasuni Wickramasinghe, Lily Yang, Alexander Yao, Matthew Yap, Sunny Yu, Raymond Zhao. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Excelsior Award winners. It's now my pleasure to call Dr. Kevin Doyle to the podium to continue on with our awards.
Good morning and thank you. The Magnet Program for Math and Science is a rigorous four-year program with a focus on individual research. Students in the Magnet Program receive training in scientific investigation, advanced data analysis, and technical writing through a series of research-based courses consisting of research-based analysis, AP Seminar, and AP Research. The following seniors have completed all program requirements and have been honored here today with the medallion. Students in the Magnet Program are asked to please rise when their names are called and remain standing until all Magna Seniors have been announced. Please hold your applause until all the students have been called. Kimberly Anturi, Rishi Arun, Rukaya Beg, Ami Bali, Amisha Belthor, Sloan Meredith Benoit, Alexander Egidio Brown, Arav Desai, Allison Antonella Fajardo, R. Alex Furman, Envita Gadaraju, Andrew Luciano Gomez, Alexandra Brooke Gordon, Isha Gupta, Garish Jayakumar, Achilles Jonah Lagada, Siddhant Kapoor, Mukilin Karthikeyan, Madeline Sophia Kirkpatrick, Rithvik Narasimhan Mani, Mahin Nag Malapudi, Kulin Mehta, Rahul Sandeep Mehta, Amelia Jane Morris, Kedar Padalkar, Ishan Vijay Panchamia, Pia Piazzi, Christina Pinheiro, Akash Porakal, Hannah Mariah Shi, Sierra Simone, Nishanth Swaminathan, Alex Hongyatang, Kayan Valensik, Varsha V. Varma, Mahir Vamuri, Elizabeth Wong, Gasuni Rick Ramasinghe, Adam Nicholas Weef. Awesome. Morris Hills High School is also proud to host the first high school aviation and aerospace program in the state of New Jersey and be among a small group of schools graduating the first cohort of aviation students in the entire nation. The Aviation and Aerospace program prepares students for the rigors of post-secondary studies in various aviation fields with emphasis on preparing students to earn a pilot's license. The following 10 students have completed the 4-year program, and with Morris Knolls High School students are the first graduates in New Jersey to complete the program. Please hold your applause until all the students have been called. Sean M. Bensgafor, Arav Desai, Andrew Luciano Gomez, Shane Hubsher, Rashad R. Jabbar, Alexander M. Kuzmich, Patrick J. McGavin, Luke C. Post, Ethan Sweeter, and Jake T. Yambor. Congratulations. It is now my honor to introduce Mrs. Emily Barcosi.
AVID, or Advancement via Individual Determination, is a nationwide 4-year program that is designed to help students in the academic middle prepare for and succeed in high school and college. With individual support by trained faculty, students will pursue a challenging and rigorous curriculum while investigating careers in colleges, learning more effective study strategies, and working collaboratively with like-minded peers. The following seniors have completed all of the program requirements and have been honored here today with a graduation stole and certificate. Students in the AVID program are asked to please rise when their names are called and remain standing until all AVID seniors have been announced. Please hold your applause until all students have been called. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 graduates of the AVID program: Zariah Yadira Acosta Sanchez, Dylan Nicole Bowles, Nicole Catano Larada, Nicholas Roger Champy, Danielle Erica Clark, Katie Lisbeth Correas, Mason Samuel Epstein, Ash Farrow, Noah Fatia, Andrea Flores Toro, Nicholas Gallo, Laura Sofia Gamez, Gabriela Geraldo Villa, Jessica Gordimer, Cesar Joel Gotera, Adam Michael Hayes, Idali Humantuco, Christopher Harmilo Hurtado, Alexandra Camilla Matos, Olivia Dorothy May, Nicole Asnayo, Alexa Santillan, Ryan Michael Sislin, Brendan Patrick Wilkes, Matthew Samuel Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 AVID program graduates.
This June, Morris Hills High School bids farewell to 6 exceptional educators, all of whom begin their retirement after serving our district with distinction for many years. Although we send them off with our blessing, their absence here will be bittersweet for students and teachers alike. 9 years ago, we began a new tradition at commencement by calling upon our retirees to present the final and most coveted award that Morris Hills High School bestows on one of its graduates, the Olga Bertha Most Valuable Student Award. Please join me in congratulating retirees, Ms. Nancy Blake, Mr. Rich Gonzalez, Mrs. Marlene Thauman, Mr. Frank Capuccio, Mrs. Jane Jones, and Ms. Sophie Santana to make this final presentation. They leave us a legacy of exceptional teaching and extraordinary personal service to students, with a combined total of 163 years in education. We watch them take their leave of Morris Hills High School with deepest appreciation for the years they have spent with us in professional contribution. We wish them all the best of life. Please welcome to the podium some of our retirees.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos días a todos. The Olga Bertha Award is given to the student who meets the following requirements and is designated as the outstanding student at Morris Hills High School. These traits are high character, outstanding school citizenship, high standard of scholarship, participation in school activities. The recipient will receive a $100 check, the Olga Bertha Award pin, and a CD disc of the speech made by Mrs. Bertha, a member of the first Board of Education, during the first graduation ceremony in 1954, at which time she established the Olga Bertha Award. In addition, the recipient's name will be added to the permanent plaque located in our Academy Hall of Fame. This year, the student receiving this award by a vote of a faculty and administration is Jessica Gordimer.
Exceptional school systems depend on central office leadership and support to drive the goals and objectives of the school community. Among the most significant dimensions of school life is the area of curriculum instruction. It is with great pleasure that I invite to the podium the district's Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Nisha Zoller. Dr. Zoller, by the power vested in me by the state of New Jersey and the Morris Hills Regional District Board of Education, I hereby certify that the students present have completed all requirements of the state of New Jersey and the Morris Hills Regional District Board of Education and are eligible for their certificates of graduation. and the moment you've been waiting for.
Madeline Sophia Kirkpatrick, President of the Class of 2022.
Ryan Michael Sislin, Vice President of the Class of 2022.
Olivia Marlene Champy, Secretary of the Class of 2022.
Mason Samuel Epstein, Treasurer of the Class of 2022.
Allison Antonella Fajardo, Valedictorian of the Class of 2022.
Garish Jayakumar, Salutatorian of the Class of 2022.
Akil Ramesh, President of the Student Government Association.
Tarun Prasad Ari, Vice President of the Student Government Association.
Caroline Jean Cote, Treasurer of the Student Government Association.
Rakaya Beg.
Amisha Beltor.
Sloan Meredith Benoit.
Kyle Alistair Manayon Burden.
Joseph Michael Brewster.
Krishan Apurva Chaudhary.
Danielle Erica Clark.
Megan May Clark.
Ashley Grace Connington.
Isha Supan Dandekar.
Siddhanth Desai.
Ahmed Joseph El Sayed.
Samuel Frederick Engel.
Noah Frankel.
R. Alex Furman.
And Vitha Gadaraju.
Laura Sofia Gomez.
Thomas James Gilfetter.
Neil Godboll.
Andrew Luciano Gomez.
Jessica Taylor Gordimer.
Alexandra Brooke Nishafaro Gordon.
Isha Gupta.
Coda Gersoy.
Madison Renee Hawks.
Luke R. Houts.
Idali Wamantuko.
Christopher Jaramillo Hurtado.
James Anthony Johnson.
Akhilesh Janalagada.
Siddhanth Kapoor.
Ishu Consol.
Mukilan Karthikeyan.
Jacob Krieger.
Frederick John Ladati.
Olivia Wong Lin.
Ella Annette Malatesta.
Rithvik Narasimhan Manny.
Emma Markovsky.
Kylie Ann Mastropolo.
Maheen Nag Matlapudi.
Satvik Metapati.
Rahul Sandeep Mehta.
Bree Cynthia Malovic.
Amelia Jane Morris.
Divyesh Murugan.
Nicole Sienna Narciso.
Matthew Olson.
Ishan Vijay Panchamia.
Pia Piazzi.
Kinjal Patar.
Akash Porakal.
Allison Elizabeth Ramsey.
Samarth Arjun Rastogi.
Ananya Roth.
Samantha Rosenberg.
Alexa Santillan.
Hannah Mariah Shee.
Driti Singareddy.
Abigail Faith Sliker.
Abigail Elizabeth Smith.
Christopher James Sorrentino.
David Daniel Staudinger.
Carl Irish Stoltz.
Rayan Syed.
Gavin Michael Tomasco.
Varun Ramesh Unithan.
Mahir Seketh Vamori.
Sanjay Manikantan.
Swathi Shankar Venkateshwaran.
Rosemary Elizabeth Villegas.
Elizabeth Wong.
Kasuni Wick Ramasinghe.
Adam Nicholas Weef.
Lily Yang.
Alexander Preston Yao.
Sunny Yu.
Luca Joseph Abate.
Aaron Paul del Valle Abenojar.
Camila Andrea Acosta.
Gabriele Giselle Acosta.
Zoraya Yadira Acosta Sanchez.
Bárbara Carolina Aguilar.
Ian Andres Aguilar.
Diego Akchai.
Lucia Alache Delgado.
Tamara Alache Delgado.
Emily Alas.
Isabella Alexandri.
Ghazi El Haraze.
Laura Alvarenga Gallego.
Hamza A. Alvi.
Ryan Angomas.
Mahira Ansar.
Kimberly Anturi.
Carol Daniela Arenas.
Rishi Arun.
Ali Nabil Ashur.
Raul Ayala.
Joshua Babe.
Anthony Enrique Barr.
Sean Andrew Baker.
Ami Bali.
Nicole P. Balsamo.
Diego J. Baptista Valdez.
Scarlett Helene Barbosa.
Brielle Barrow.
Anthony Patrick Bartolomeo.
Anthony Joseph Balome.
Giuseppe Vincenzo Benante.
Sean Benskofer.
Dylan Nicole Bowles.
Arta Boljevic.
Louis Bosi.
Taha Buftilla.
Mandy Brink.
Alexander Brown.
Winter Brown Boyce.
Logan Rafael Bruno.
Jason Calello.
Alejandro Camargo Jimenez.
Camila Cano.
David Omar Cano Serna.
Isabella Cardona.
Katie Brooks Caratura.
Ryan Caruso.
Matthew Catano Larota.
Nicole Catano La Rota.
Tori Joyce Champagne.
Marco A. Chenalata.
Thomas Yu Tao Chen.
Nicholas Roger Champy.
Justin Patrick Clark.
Asani Clark.
Brian Concanon.
Katie Lisbeth Correas.
Stephen Cornelius.
Grace Ann Cortez.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Crichton.
Mark Thomas Crowther.
Kiara Maria Cruz.
Angeline Michelle Cusaramos.
Nicole Michelle Cusiramos.
Justin Patrick Cutchess.
Nikki Day.
Arav Desai.
Alexandria Marie DeSico.
Gabrielle Marie Castillo Damano.
Aiden Patrick Donnelly.
Nicholas H. Effenberger.
Ash Farrow.
Sid Fernandez.
Noah Fatiha.
Kimberly Anna Figueroa.
Andrea Flores Toro.
Tyler John Fro.
Catherine Ariana Fuentes.
Eve Marie Gaeta.
Nicholas Gallo.
Gabriela Geraldo Villa.
Gabriela Godoy.
Sebastian Gomez Garzon.
Cesar Joel Gotera.
Ryan Granis.
Rachel Jillian Grassi.
Tanisha Green.
Zachary Andrew Grilk.
Ryan Elizabeth Catherine Grow.
William Charles Gunther.
Judith Guerra Hernandez.
Marcelo Angel Luis Guillermo.
Raven Lori Hall.
Jonathan Hart.
Adam Michael Hayes.
Ava Barbara Heath.
Caden Hendrickson.
Shane Hubsher.
Natnael Musia Isaac.
Rashad Jabbar.
Ryan John Jackson.
Rhea Jane.
Ariane Jenna.
Aiden Edward Kennedy.
Zachary Michael Kohler.
Sarah Catherine Kurikandathal.
Alexander Michael Kuzmik.
Thomas Matthew Lane.
Catherine Grace Lanzarotti.
Mackenzie Page Lotto.
Brendan Edward Lenahan.
Andrew Lee.
Oren D. Lichtenstein.
Valentina Lopez.
Kiara Marie Lorenzo.
Haley Marie Lowry.
Andrew David Lynch.
Anthony M. Macera.
Anshul Makwana.
Kianis D. Maldonado Borrero.
Camila Mallow.
Meher Mangat. Amanda Martinez.
Connor Martinez.
Joseline Martinez.
Manuela Martinez Rodas.
Neil John Matthew, Distinguished Academy Scholar.
Alexandra Camila Matos.
Luke Matisich.
Olivia Dorothy May.
Alex Justin McBride.
Chelsea May McCarthy.
Cameron Mary McDonald.
Patrick James McGavin.
Jack Paul McMahon.
Brianna Hall McComish.
Ezra McNaji.
Colleen Jatin Mehta.
Pamela Mejia Medina.
Susana Mahia Botero.
Diana Lise Mendez.
Bruno A. Meneses.
Jessica Alexandra Mesa.
Paige Mesmer Michalowski.
Jackson Miller.
Liza Shane Miller.
Yasmin Mohammadi.
Jake T. Montefusco.
Alejandro Montoya Ortiz.
Gabriela Alexis Moraga.
Brandon Morales.
Bryant Morales.
Alexander Morales Zapata.
Esther Morales Maradega.
Dylan Hunter Morris.
Tegan Finkenor Morris.
Katia Munoz Alfaro.
Ryan Gray Mercer.
Katie Murillo Erazo.
Alexander Naissant.
Gabriela Mackenzie Narcisse.
Camille Daniel Novak.
Julia Lynn Obser.
Kevin Alexander Ortiz.
Nicole Cruz Osnayo.
Daniel A. Pachas.
Ivan Pachas.
Kadar Padelkar.
Yesenia Pelufo.
Nicholas Pena.
Daniel Peruso.
Catherine Elizabeth Petroselli.
Elijah Pimentel.
Christina Pinheiro.
Abigail Rose Polito.
Elias John Ponce.
Luke Charles Post.
Sebastian Kyle Pakowski.
Hari Ramesh.
Jonathan Ramirez Delgado.
Hesia Rapalo.
Zuhair Rashid.
Manahil Rahman.
Kira Lynn Relier.
Santiago Restrepo Patiño.
Jonathan Rico.
Brian S. Rivero.
Danny Nathan Rodriguez Jr.
Samantha Rodriguez.
Victoria Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Xavier Rodriguez Rivera.
David Rua.
Riley Kathleen Ruane.
Alia Camila Cahayao.
Isabela Saavedra Hernandez.
Erica Lauren Salazar.
Patricia Panalinan Salazar.
Jared Mark Saltz.
John Paul Sanchez. Tyvon Ali Sargent.
Lily Maya Scalzo.
Isaac Cerna.
Arnav Sharma.
Sierra Simon Morris.
Skylar Faith Sislin.
Sophia Skorupski.
Gina Sokolich.
Mayor Srinivas.
Cole Joseph Steckert. Jacob Richard Stutman.
Renata Elena Suleimani.
Nishamp Swaminathan.
Navya Terapalli.
Christopher Telatelpa.
Dean Tlatelpa.
Raymond Augustus Tomazeski.
Alex Tong.
Emmanuel Torres.
Dimitri Anmin Cao Tran.
David Leonardo Trochez.
David Charles Turner.
Samaya Turner.
Gabriel Yurkisu.
Madison Lee Baglio.
Nayeli Guadalupe Balandes Reyes.
Kayan Valencic.
Lainey Michaela Vallejo.
Varsha V. Varma.
Omar Alexander Vasquez.
Jaylene Vega.
David Velasquez Jr.
Alejandro Antonio Venancio Vasquez.
Amanda Ashley Verleza.
Andrew C. Weathersby.
Sarah Wicker.
Brendan Patrick Wilkes.
Matthew Samuel Wilson.
Jake T. Yambor.
Yahaira Zaragoza Valle.
Raymond Zhao.
And Tavon Rodriguez Parker. Graduates not in attendance today: Michael Cornelius, Gabriel A. Gomez, Alexa Simone Kamenman, Eric Donald Steinbrenner, Ethan D. Sweeter, and Matthew Gabriel Yap.
Before we conclude today's ceremony, there is one more special graduate to recognize this morning on Gifford Field. Come June 30th, our beloved head custodian, Mr. Ubaldo Sanchez, will be taking his leave of Morris Hills High School to begin his next chapter of his life, retirement. Known to all as UB throughout Morris Hills High School, he has been a loyal employee of the school for the past 21 years, with his first 9 years being the second shift night supervisor before being elevated as the head custodian 12 years ago in 2010. For over 2 decades, Mr. Sanchez has earned the respect of the entire Morris Hills High School community. He's a consummate professional, loyal, passionate, dedicated, and unyielding in his desire to continuously improve Morris Hills High School, ensuring that our students are learning and participating in the cleanest and safest environment possible. Holding all others to a high standard pales in light of the high standard Mr. Sanchez holds for himself. He leads by example. He does not know the word no. There isn't a task that an administrator, a teacher, a coach, an advisor, or a community member asks of him that he doesn't either do himself or ensures it is done by one of his staff members. Above all else, Mr. Sanchez is one of the kindest and most genuine men that I have ever had the privilege of partnering with as an educator. He is an absolute true gentleman. Today, for the part he has played in our lives and the lives of countless students, staff members, and community for the past 21 years, I present him with this plaque as a token of our appreciation. The plaque reads, Morris Hills High School, presented to Mr. Ubaldo Sanchez in recognition of his 21 years of service and dedication to the students and staff of Morris Hills High School. You will always be part of the MH family. Congratulations on your retirement, June 30th, 2022. Please join me in thanking and recognizing our head custodian, Mr. Ubaldo Sanchez. Sharing these proceedings with you today has been pure pleasure. To conclude this wonderful celebration, please welcome to the podium the class secretary, Miss Olivia Champy, who will now offer our benediction. Right, you guys stand. You guys stand.
Hello and good morning. First, I would like to acknowledge all of the unexpected events over our 4 years here at Morris Hills High School that our class has encountered on our journey to Gifford Field today. Through countless hardships, we have come out better, stronger, and more connected than ever. Regardless of where each of our futures will take us, none of us will be quick to forget all that we went through together over the last 4 years. As I congratulate my fellow classmates, I would also like to recognize the people who made today possible. None of us would be sitting here today without the assistance, support, and guidance of our teachers, administrators, and staff here at Morris Hills. Each and every one of you have all made an impact on us, and we will be forever grateful. In addition, thank you to all of our family and friends for seeing us to this milestone. None of us could have made it here alone. Today, we celebrate all of our hard work and dedication. We remember all of the fun times we've had together as classmates, as peers, and as friends. And we look forward to all that is ahead of us. We are a resilient group, and I strongly believe that each and every one of us is more than ready for the journey we embark on as we leave Gifford today. And we have Morris Hills and each other to thank for that. It is my honor and privilege to congratulate the class of 2022 for one final time. So congratulations and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022.